Hello, I'm Coach Natalie, and welcome to this episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies. Well, today we're going to build on that butterfly guard that we covered in the last video, and today we're going to be learning a loop choke. Now, a loop choke, this works actually well if you have short arms, because if you can get the choke, it's pretty tight. It's pretty simple, so let's check it out. Okay, let's break it down. Now, we're not going to talk too much about the butterfly guard because, as I said, we just covered that in the previous episode. We're going to first start when your partner is on their knees in front of you. And we're going to start when we have both of our hooks inside their thighs. Now, remember when I said we never want to have two hands on their lapels and 2 feet inside them because we're susceptible to being smashed. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be, posting on my own hand here. I am going to be taking this hand and cross grabbing it, not too high, for reasons I'll share in just a bit. About collarbone height. I really want to have my back of my wrist right around the collarbone. So what I want to be doing is pushing them forward. Of course, the reaction to that is going to be pushing back into me. That's fine. I'm going to take this hand, reach over, and insert my hand into my own elbow. Again, cross grabbing, pushing, getting a reaction. They're going to be pushing forward. This hand goes around and inside. The last two things I'm going to do is I'm going to fall over to the shoulder as I get this leg over their shoulder. And you can see this hand is going to be going around the front of their throat, and then this hand is going to be inside my own elbow, and that's going to be pretty tight. So it's pretty simple, but there are a couple mistakes that people could make. So now from this direction, inserting my hooks. First thing I said is I was going to cross grab. I always want to be posting on one arm to, prevent me from getting smashed flat. The bigger mistake that people could make would be to be too greedy. I could try to reach in as high as I can, but the problem with that is my opponent here is going to be on the lookout for things like cross collar grabs and that kind of thing. If you reach in too high, they're going to start to defend. If you're reaching just about collarbone height, they're not going to really see that they're in any danger. Also, you're actually going to be wrapping this wrist around their neck, and if you start too high, you actually don't have as much arm to work with, especially if you're like me, you have short arms. So, I've got the hooks inside their thighs. I'm reaching in, just collarbone height. And I want to get them I want to provoke a reaction. So if I push forward, they're going to push towards me. And then, again, this hand reaches over and kind of sticks into my own elbow. The final two things are if I turn to my side, their defense would be to get rid of this arm that's holding onto my other arm. And if they could unloosen this loop, then they get rid of the choke. By me turning to my side, that hides that elbow, because my elbow is towards the ground. The other hand that they're trying to get rid of is the hand that's right underneath their chin. By me throwing my leg over their shoulder, I've kind of separated their arm from their neck that they're trying to protect. And so again, they won't be able to get rid of this elbow. So by raising it and getting to the other side, it'll be uncomfortable. They won't be able to get rid of it. So again, I got both of my hooks underneath their thighs, butterfly guard as we talked about. Sitting here, hanging with my opponent, grabbing their lapel, but not too high. Pushing them. They're pushing forward. This hand reaches over and inside my own elbow. Off to one side, throw the leg over, and the loop choke from the butterfly guard. Now, as I've said several times in the past, I have pretty short arms. The benefit with having short arms is when you do a choke, by the time you've secured it, it's tight. I don't care if you're talking about a loop choke, a rear naked choke. The space that you have left over is a tiny space. And of course, that's where their neck needs to come in. So sometimes there's benefits to having short arms. In the meantime, thank you very much for learning about the loop choke from the butterfly guard. Thanks for sharing news of our video to fellow people out in your circles. And, you know, if you'd like them to learn about Jiu Jitsu, this is a great way to, you know, start that process. And thank you very much again for your interest in Jiu Jitsu for Dummies.